shit, that wasn't quite long enough. Hello, welcome in, guys. This is awkward. Hey, Oscar, you don't need to leave. You're fine. You're okay. Hello. Please don't knock down my stuff. I have origami things up here. Hi there. Hey there, buddy. You're gonna help me fill time until we begin the ego combat. Yeah, it is banger intro music. Actually, I was just looking through, like, I think it was my liked music, probably. Trying to find something that fit the time left I had, because I didn't prepare a whole playlist. Welcome in, guys. It is an early stream. Good to have you all here. We will be doing some snarking today. We will be going over a recent conversation. I'm gonna actually pull this up before I start yapping. Oscar, I can't have you all up in my shit when I'm streaming, man. Come on. Come here. No. Get down. Sorry. Let me actually find, one second, where is it? It's yeah, we have a couple things we're getting into, but first, since I baited people with my thumbnail, well, I didn't bait, we're gonna go over it, but we're gonna start with a couple news updates this morning, actually. But Oscar, you're gonna get evicted from the room if you can't behave. I'm sorry. So, this gentleman right here, some of you guys might know. Generally, I'm a fan of his content. He's kind of an insular kind of guy. If you're not familiar with the sort of anti-fan community, the snarky community, or the whatever community around, or even just, like, you know, if you're not really familiar with, for example, streams of, like, Queeman or Chud Logic, you know, if you're not terminally online, first of all, good for you. Second of all, you won't really understand who this guy is. But either way, I generally don't hate his content. I liked it a little bit more in the past when, I guess I enjoyed his esoteric humor a little bit more than I do now. And even then, there's, like, little glimpses of it. I honestly don't watch it as much anymore. I guess I probably enjoyed it when it was a little bit more Jingly Keys, you know, a little bit more Subway Surfers in the corner, you know, kind of attention-grabbing stuff. But now he's basically just going over kind of niche drama, you know, sometimes he has funny segments around Drew Pavlo. But he had a recent video, and he's doing pretty well with this channel, even when he's like, well, we'll get into it. He had a recent video where he called into this guy, Alex Novell, or he called in, no, he didn't, he went into a VC that this guy, Alex Novell, was in, and decided to, I guess, do a little impromptu interview with him. And I'm not really sure why he posted this. That's the gist of my criticism for him. I don't know. We'll get into it later, but either way, this guy, he's alive right now. Let's just, okay. We have other stuff to do first, but first of all, the Brown shooting suspect was found dead. Oh god, I'm a ghost. Let me not be a ghost. Get my white ass back on the screen. Jeez. You're not supposed to be able to tell that I have scuffed editing skills for my fucking worm today. Yeah, he was, I don't know if he was making fun of Iron Mouse. He was talking about somebody who was talking about Iron Mouse. He covers, like, VTuber drama and stuff like that. He even did his math homework on stream once, right? This Perry guy. But recently, I think he's been on a run of rage bait kind of content where he's been going after creators that are in the news for, like, either having medical problems or getting harassed or anything like that. And it's less silly guy with no manners getting into crazy shenanigans, and it's more just guy with no manners goes into a situation and repeats the same two talking points that he came with, and, you know. But either way, well, this is interesting news, good news, I guess, especially for people who live in New Hampshire. So the Brown shooting suspect was found dead, linked to MIT professor's killing. The shooting suspect connected to the deadly Brown University attack and the fatal shooting of an MIT professor has been found dead in New Hampshire, authorities said late Thursday, ending an exhaustive manhunt that rocked the Ivy League school and the surrounding community. Providence Police Chief Colonel Oscar Perez identified the suspected shooter as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente, 48, a Portuguese national who was a former Brown student and whose last known address was in Miami. Perez said Neves Valente took his own life in Salem, New Hampshire on December 18th, and the investigators traced Neves Valente through surveillance footage and a tip that helped police link him to a rented car. Authorities in Massachusetts late Thursday also accused Neves Valente of fatally shooting MIT professor Nuno F.G. Loureiro, 47, on Monday, December 15th. Loureiro was found with gunshot wounds at his home in the Boston suburb. This is crazy, actually. I haven't been following this. I was hoping, like, for the headline the past couple days, I was thinking, like, 3 days is, like, the average timeline we're getting for these shooters to get traced down recently if they're not, like, caught at the scene. But apparently, yeah, he killed somebody else, too. That's crazy. We got him, said Ted Dock, special agent in charge of FBI Boston. Even though the suspect was found dead tonight, our work is not done. The announcement came after law enforcement officers conducted a days-long search since the... Wait, so, like... Yeah, so that's crazy. Man, that sucks. The announcement came after law enforcement officers conducted a days-long search since the shooting inside a classroom building at the Ivy League institution. At least 2 people were killed and 9 others were injured in the December 13th attack, which was like a crazy day. I feel like we had 3 notable shootings. I mean, not even just in America, but globally, in like 3 days there. All I'm saying is, where's the proof? It's all, yeah. L shooter, no Riz. No, I mean he evaded police and apparently he killed again. That's horrible. That's like almost what a lot of people were worried about. I imagine if you were in any way connected to Brown University, God, like they reopened the school and everything. Fuck. Rhode Island Attorney General described the investigation as one of the hardest he's been involved with and added that there would be no prosecution in the case. The unthinkable happened in our state, the unthinkable happened in Providence, the unthinkable happened at Brown, and we're going to be forever changed, said Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee. The professionalism that I saw in the law enforcement should make everyone in our state and beyond our borders feel very safe. These things happen, but it requires professional help of law enforcement to bring it to a conclusion. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Just pat yourself on the back. I mean, you didn't catch him in time and somebody else died, but you only had, like, AI and cameras on every corner, and it was in a school. Yeah, like, Geez, reminds me of the shooter we had where we live. I hate that most Americans I know have a shooter story, a local shooter story. Man, like, yeah, there was a shooting in my town. It's less common. Or it's more common now. I feel like, I was a hipster being closely connected to a fucking mass shooting. I liked it before. I was talking about it before it was not cool, common. That's horrible. Hi Oscar. Hello. Thank you. Just don't come up on my desk, please. The US citizen and immigration. Man, he wasn't I hate that he was a fucking immigrant. Because even if this is something that's not even connected to the fact that somebody got into the country, like, that they're, like... Oscar, you can't nuzzle the mic. Hello. Somebody's likelihood of committing violence doesn't really have a lot to do and actually can have, like, oh my god, like, why am I failing with words this morning? You can fail, or wait, Oscar, you're distracting me. I can't pet you. I'm sorry, I'm gonna kick you out of the room in a minute if you jump up here again. I love you though. I'm sorry. You're very cute. I'm sorry. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I think that there's even studies that show that immigrants are less likely to commit crime than the general population in the United States. But the problem with this is that our current administration is going to use this as justification to crack down more on even immigrants that are trying to live here, that they have their lives here, that they work here, even people that are green card holders or going to appointments for green cards that, for example, might have overstayed a visa before they started their paperwork are going to be getting deported. This sucks. This actually fucking sucks. Man. Neves Valente had entered the United States through the program in 2017. It was granted a green card. Don't send a post on X late Thursday. This heinous individual should never have been allowed into our country, she wrote. At President Trump's direction, I am immediately directing USCIS to cause the Div 1 program to ensure no more Americans are harmed by this disastrous program. We're not going to do anything about, like, background checks or, you know, at least making sure that gun shops have to put people on, like, I don't know, like, the problem with background checks is that people, even if people don't have, like, a lot of people don't have a history with violence or, like, they don't have a criminal history before they commit an act. So it's not even, like, a background check would even help that. Under the program, like, I hate, like, that sometimes the quote-unquote common sense gun laws, like, have to be more authoritarian than I would like to be as somebody who's supported the Second Amendment most of my life. Oscar, you want to say something? Can you say something? As long as you just sit in my lap, you're fine. Fine. Under the program, up to 55,000 immigrants can enter the country each year from countries with low rates of immigration to the United States, according to the State Department's website. Suspect attended the same academic program as MIT professor. Neves Valente, who is believed to have known Lorero, was found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound on Thursday in Salem. Federal agents breached a storage locker that Neves Valente rented in November around 9 p.m. local time. Foley said during a news conference late Thursday, investigators believe Neves Valente was shot and killed 2 Brown University students and the MIT professor. According to a court affidavit, Neves Valente and Lorero attended the same academic program at a university in Portugal from 1995 to 2000. Neves Valente had a student visa while studying at Brown University and later obtained U.S. lawful permanent residency in April 2017, the Rhode Island Attorney General's office said. So he came to the United States under Trump. This is now 2 recent foreign national shooters that were let into the country, or at least granted permanent residency under Trump. Like, that's, I mean, I'm conspiracy. I'm conspiracy posting a little bit right now, but I'm just gonna note that. I'm gonna note a pattern. Suspect rented Boston hotel room in early December through Neves Valente. Though Neves Valente appeared to have resided in Florida from November 26th to November 30th of this year, Foley said he rented a hotel room in Boston on December 1st. He also rented a gray Nissan Sentra with a Florida license plate from a car rental agency in the city. That same day, he drove to the vicinity of Brown University, where his car was observed intermittently between December 1st and December 12th. Oscar, hello. Get back down. You can't step on my mouse. You can't step on my mouse. Hi. If you could meow into the mic, that would be great. He's a little bit of a meower. Like, when he's in the kitchen, he meows. When you're near your treats. That's how I could get you to meow. Yes, that's the mic. Come back down. There's only 3 Oscar interruptions in this article so far. So shootings link established last 24 to 48 hours. Investigators had established a link between the 2 shootings in the last 24 to 48 hours. According to Foley, she noted that the suspect was sophisticated in hiding his tracks. He was using a phone that was obfuscating the ability to track it, and credit cards that were not tied to his name. Foley said investigators identified the vehicle Neves Valente had rented, which had been captured on surveillance footage. There was financial investigations that were going on in the background that linked him not only to that car, but also to hotels that they had rented. Shooting suspect identified as whatever. Yeah, like, he was a former Brown student, so he attended Brown from the fall of 2000 to spring 2001. Before taking a leave of absence, Brown University President Christina Paxson said at a news conference he was enrolled in a PhD in physics program and formally withdrew from the university in 2003. The deadly attack took place in a building where Neves Valente had classes, according to the university president. Nothing can fully bring closure to the lives that have been shattered, but this may allow our community to move forward in the path to healing, Paxson added. According to records from Instituto Superior Técnico, a Portuguese engineering school, a person named Claudio Neves Valente was fired from a monitor position in February of 2000, the same year Loureiro graduated from IST. Witness got a good look at the suspect. According to the affidavit filed by the Province Police Department, investigators received help from a witness identifying the suspected Oscar, no. Shooter, the witness was a woman who sustained gunshot wounds in the attack and got a good look at the suspect. The court document says. Police interviewing the witness days after the shooting said they showed the woman a photo of Neves Valente and she quickly froze physically, pushed back, and became emotional. This kind of like reads like a cop show, honestly, but like a kind of incompetent cop show. Hey, welcome in, Zen. Let some psych ward residents in that you could point at them let some psych ward residents in so that you can point at them and say, look what the Democrats did. Yeah, I can see Trump doing something like that. Yeah. Let's embrace the theories. Hey, hi. Yes, Oscar. Hello. Thank you. Welcome in, Zan. How did the police find the suspect? Police traced Neves Valente based on a car that he rented. According to Perez, police linked Neves Valente to the car vehicle based on surveillance footage and a tip. Investigators traced the car to a rental company in Massachusetts, where they identified the suspect by using the rental agreement and security footage. That really broke the case open. Okay. Huh. So it was just, I guess, tracing him to where he got into his car. Interesting. But he used a credit card for a lot of other stuff. Oh yeah, I guess like they're pretty comprehensive when you rent a car because there's a lot of like drug trafficking, I guess, and stuff like that goes on. But like that's crazy. Jesus Christ. So first we had some bad news. And now we have some kind of good news. Later today, we're going to get some interesting news, which is going to be hopefully not fully redacted Epstein files. But in the meantime, apparently Trump, he ordered the reclassification of marijuana, downgrading its drug schedule. According to this, like, this is going to be, kind of going around, usual procedure so that this can be done, this, like, could be expedited. Seems like a good thing. I mean, I didn't listen to the man himself talk about it.
It's pretty amazing. Hello, everybody.
Rare Trump W, yeah. Critical support for Trump. Even if you're somebody that doesn't want it to be recreational, this is going to open up.
Thank you very much.
A lot of ability for us to do research on, like, marijuana isolates for its pain-killing ability,
well,
CBD.
It's a big day and many reasons, really, for many reasons. And
yeah, he's never been an anti-weed guy. He's been saying this for a while.
Mostly medical people and brilliant people, and they really know what they're doing. And I just want to thank them. They truly gave their lives in terms of the time.
Wait, Zan. Yeah, you just realized you just figured it out. Trump is nerfing weed. Trump is making weed less powerful. Oh no. Really, just make it like this for now. I need to like hotkey, like some window changes for this, because I fucked it up before.
All of the incredible work they've done over the years in arriving at the position they have now, most respected people in the country. Today I'm pleased to announce that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. We have people begging for me to do this, people that are in great pain. For decades, this action has been requested by American patients suffering from extreme pain, incurable diseases, aggressive cancers, seizure disorders, neurological problems, and more, including numerous veterans with service-related injuries, and older Americans who live with chronic medical problems that severely degrade their quality of life. And it's so really, I mean, just, I can't tell you, I think I probably have received more phone calls on this, on doing what we're doing. I don't think I received any calls on the other side of it, but hopefully this reclassification, which, by the way, polls at 82%, will help many of those patients live a far better life. We're joined today by Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's doing a fantastic job, Administrator of Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Dr. Mehmet Oz, the FDA Commissioner.
That's a good catch, Dan. Yeah, interesting tattoo. Is that, what's that symbol? It's like 3 triangles. I wonder who this guy is. He's mogging. He's hand-mogging.
Dr. Marty McCary, Director of the National Institutes of Health, Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, and the Director of the National Institute on Drug Abuse, Dr. Nora Valkow, as well as Dr. Ilana Braun from the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Duke University's Dr. David Casseret, the National Commander of the American Legion, Dan Wiley, and my friend Howard Kessler. Howard, how are you feeling? I'm telling you, he looks better than he did 20 years ago. But I don't want to go through.
This man is so fucking bisexual. We have never had a more fucking bisexual president than Donald Trump. Honestly.
What you went through to get there, right? But it looks like you're doing great. I'm proud of you. I want to emphasize that the order I am about to sign is not the legalization, or it doesn't legalize marijuana in any way, shape, or form, and in no way sanctions its use as a recreational drug. It has nothing to do with that. Just as the prescription painkillers may have legitimate uses, but can also do irreversible damage and never, you know, if you look at some of the damage that can be caused.
I'm going to 1.5 speak the president.
It's never safe to use powerful controlled substances.
I'm going to 1.25 the president.
Especially in this case, if you take a look, illegal and unregulated drugs, very, very bad thing. So I've always told my children, don't take drugs, no drinking, no smoking, and just stay away from drugs. I have been, they would look at me and they said, Dad, would you stop saying that? I would say it every time I looked at it practically. Yeah. Young Americans are especially at risk, so unless a drug is recommended by a doctor for medical reasons, just don't do it. At the same time, the facts compel the federal government to recognize that marijuana can be legitimate in terms of medical applications when carefully administered. In some cases, this may include the use as a substitute for addictive and potentially lethal opioid painkillers, and they cause tremendous problems. This can do it in a much lesser way, can make people feel much better that are living through.
It's interesting that he's reading a prepared statement for this. I would like to, like, I would almost want to go through like some of his recent press conferences and see like which stuff he just wings and which stuff he's clearly. This is something that's been written out for him to present. Not to say he didn't have any input on like the phrasing or anything like that, but it certainly sounds a lot more fucking presidential than he usually does. I mean, this is still a W. This is still a good thing, but like I'm just, you know,
tremendous pain and problems.
It's just
40 states and multiple
I wish we had more of this
territories
energy.
Have already recognized the use of medical marijuana. This reclassification order will make it far easier to conduct marijuana-related medical research, allowing us to study benefits, potential dangers, and future treatments. It's going to have a tremendously positive impact, I believe. We're also asking Congress to reconsider its classification of hemp-derived CBD to ensure seniors can access CBD products they have found beneficial for pain and other reasons. Some people are literally dying, and they're dying with tremendous pain.
You know, I like a man who reads.
And this can, in many cases, literally stop it. And they have their senses about them, as opposed to painkillers, which don't allow that, don't allow them to die with dignity, frankly.
I mean, you know, it depends on the strain. Depends on the strain, obviously. It doesn't make you... If you have dementia, weed's not going to help you too much, but it definitely helps with pain.
I promise to be the president of common sense, and that is exactly what we're doing. This is really something having to do with common sense. And it's something having to do with the fact that
Yes, exactly, Zan. Why can't he keep that energy when it comes to literal American adversaries? Why can't he not send the stupid former real estate agent Steve Witkoff as the fucking envoy to Russia, who was actively schmoozing one
Many
fucking
people that I
side,
respect ask me to
and
do.
also doing a supposed fucking deal with Israel as well.
People that are having problems, big problems. They are having big problems with illness, with cancer in particular. I now want to ask Dr. Oz to say a
Sound
few
good.
words, followed by Dr. Braun, Dr. Casseret, Dan Wiley, and Dr. Valkow. And we'll assign the order as soon as they're complete. And we'll take some questions. Please, go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you for always bravely pushing for common sense change, as you call it. So President Trump, Secretary Kennedy have been pushing for change. They're passionate in their desire to help the American people, and they have relentlessly pursued this agenda throughout this administration. This also includes a deep passion for research, gold standard research.
Kind of wondering if this lady next to Trump, if she rode here in a DeLorean.
As Secretary Kennedy also says. But there's another side to the president that often isn't reflected in media reports, and that's the deep passion he has for the people in his life.
I'm sure she's a very talented, whatever.
He has called me frequently about the people who are calling him, as he alluded to, who are saying that they've got problems and they got relief from some of the solutions we're talking about today. Howard Kessler, who's standing behind me here, was a mutual friend of ours, was an early caller of the president.
This is the hand model here. Look at him, like he's a handsome fucking guy. Actually, I hope he's not a Nazi.
Many others have ever reached out as well. And Howard's been a passionate advocate for avoiding narcotics, especially in seniors, and particularly seniors suffering from cancer. And that's a population that is a very important one, and it's a sympathetic population that's desirous of trying new ways, besides some of the conventional approaches that have been tested by pharmaceutical companies but have untoward side effects. At the beginning of the year, one of the first things the president told me, he doesn't actually tell you, he demanded from me, that my agency, CMS...
Nobody demands from him. Nobody. You have to know him.
That's right.
Go ahead.
He's having a great day. Everybody in this room is very, very happy for no particular reason. You know, Trump just wants us all to get really high today. You know, he wants us all to get, like, really fucking high today. I'm not sure why. I don't know if there's any particular reason why he wants us all to not be paying attention, and he wants us all to be, you know,
Use all tools at his wherewithal to find a better way to help seniors. A passion for a population that has gotten left behind with these discussions. I promised that we would find an answer, even though it had not been done before, and today we are delivering on that promise. Today, our Innovation Center at CMS is announcing a new model and additional actions to give seniors access to cannabinoids. These are CBDs. They're non-addictive, which many are already using to manage pain. There's some clinical evidence that's showing that CBDs provide relief from common conditions that affect Americans, including cancer symptoms and chronic pain and a slew of other problems that affect disproportionately seniors and our veterans. And 6 in 10 people who use the CBDs report that they improve their pain. I think all of those people are calling the president, judged on the number of calls in support of what we're doing today. And sometimes these decisions are difficult, and there's a reason this hasn't happened before. And there's a reason, Mr. President, that every president before you has whiffed on this issue. It's tough. And I know there's going to be a lot of discussion about it. That's why we're so passionate about making it clear that this patchwork that we're working with...
It's not that hard. It's just that, you know, a lot of our politicians are unfortunately bought by the American pharmaceutical companies. And if there's only one benefit to having RFK in the position that he's in, it's that he's incredibly skeptical of American pharmaceutical companies, for better or for worse. So, you know, a broken clock can be right twice a day.
Within now the laws and regulations, they're leaving patients and doctors without adequate guidance on the safeguards of how to use these products, even though they're still being used. At Medicare, we cover 68 million Americans, including people under the age of 65. And they did not have a way of providing these treatments until today. With the president's insistence, that's all changes. The Innovation Center models are going to allow millions of Americans on Medicare to become eligible to receive CBD as early as April of next year, and at no charge, if their doctors recommend them. Thanks to the hard work of the entire CMS team, especially Abe Sutton and Gita Dio at the Innovation Center, the accountable care organizations in this country working in Medicare will be able to provide these products, again, at no cost to patients. Medicare Advantage insurers, and we've been calling them, are also agreeing to consider CBD to be used for the 34 million Americans that they cover. If you can hear my voice and you're over 65, you should pay attention to this executive order because it's going to touch your life. Again, this all becomes active after the first quarter of next year. These CBD products must first meet local and state quality and safety standards. They must come from legitimate sources. They must abide by other regulations of those states. With these boxes checked, patients can be eligible for up to 500.
They still have to distance themselves. It's not that, like, you know, alcohol and a lot of other, you know, very dangerous and destructive substances are perfectly legal. But yeah, weed is still going to be, they still have to kind of talk around it a little bit.
Dollars of hemp-derived products each year. This is the first government-led testing of quality and outcomes for patients across different conditions, and it delivers on the need for more data collection and research into hemp usage. CMS is going to collect data, that's our job, on the patients that are being given these products by their physicians. And in accordance with all the privacy and security regulations, we're going to analyze that data. We're going to make it publicly available to everybody to be able to analyze with us. If it shows promise, we will expand access to these products to even more conditions amongst Medicare and Medicaid beneficiaries. I want to thank not just the Secretary, but Marty McCary. We want a lot of companies who are doing this research that approach the FDA for formal approval. That is the right way to move forward. And Jay Bhattacharya, who's hiding in the back, he rarely hides, but Jay runs NIH, and he's agreed to support initiatives to study the data that we're collecting. Howard Kester, God bless you for being a pain in our sides. Mr. President, he's promised to stop calling you. But on this issue, we'll call you on other issues. And I thank you again from the bottom of my heart for taking a difficult stance.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Mr. President, members of the cabinet.
All right. So that's pretty much, you know, very, very interesting news today. Some good news, some bad news, some, you know, distressing news. I'm sure we're still going to war with Venezuela. But yeah, Justice Department prepares to drop trove of Epstein files as deadline looms. Justice Department officials are in the final sprint to assemble by Friday a trench of records related to Jeffrey Epstein. Actually, I think it's, yeah. Basically, wait, I think it was this one. Yeah. The DOJ could withhold large portions of the material under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, a bill passed last month requiring the government to release within 30 days all unclassified material in its possession related to Epstein and associate Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking cases. The law allows the DOJ to omit or redact any references to victims and files that could jeopardize pending investigations or litigation. This is something that was brought up before, that we could have a lot of things redacted just because Trump is going to be actively involving possibly, you know, people in investigations, especially people that gave testimony. What was that one lady's name? I can't remember her fucking name now. The one that was delivering testimony, she was questioning Trump, I think, while Epstein was directly messaging her, giving her input on, it was Michael Cohen, I think, right? No, it wasn't Trump. It was Michael Cohen during that investigation. God. I'm not... I'm fine. The law allows the DOJ to omit or, yeah. So it's basically, we're not sure what we're going to get. We're all going to be toking up, hopefully smoking that Epstein pack, hopefully smoking that pedophile pack. But just like with any sort of peace talks that Trump is engaging in anywhere, right? I'll believe it when I see it. So let's see. Oh, there was one more thing that I wanted to mention before we get started with the snark. I don't know. It's a conversation that Perry shouldn't have posted, fucking by all rights. Rare, kind of good Ukraine news. We do have a fundraiser running on the Twitch right now. I need to check it, actually. I don't have my stream elements connected today. We have a fundraiser running on our Twitch right now for the Purtula Foundation, which is a humanitarian organization. I don't know if, most of the stuff that they do through fundraising in the United States isn't directly connected to supporting the military, but it is helping rehome refugees, things like that. So it is a, you know, pretty good foundation by everything I've heard. And we have some really good news today. So apparently Purpleparry Foundation USA became a partner of the American retail giant, the Walmart company. I said this last stream, but I'm just going to mention it really quick. After 6 months of dialogue, fulfilling all the requirements and meeting all criteria to pass the compliance of the largest U.S. retailer, of course, the platinum transparency status we received after passing the audit in the USA was very helpful. Now for emotions to the heart of the matter. Walmart has added our foundation to the list of those whom, when making purchases, you can donate by rounding up the receipt. The algorithm of actions is quite simple. I love this translation. Log into your account in the Walmart app. Open the Giving and Impact tab and the select local charity option. Choose Purpleparry Foundation USA. Activate the Round Up to Donate option. So if you happen to shop, from Walmart a lot, if you happen to buy a lot of groceries at Walmart, I mean, I would recommend that you support local businesses over supporting the Walmarts. But if you're going there anyways, and you're the sort of person that ends up rounding up when you go through the McDonald's drive-thru for like the Ronald McDonald Foundation, this is essentially the same thing. So yeah, that's a good way to just donate little bits of money that you're not going to miss anyways. So now to the heart of the matter, to the Perry of it all, actually. I have an interest in Perry being funny again. Those of you who know him, I would say that he's gone through arcs. He has a strong following. The content that he's decided to engage in with his channel has certainly grown his audience. He's defined his sense of humor in a couple different ways, and I don't want to see him do bad. However, he recently posted this conversation with Alex Novell, who is a video essayist. He kind of goes after people who are involved in, let's see, like Alex Novell, he's done like a video on, he did one on Destiny, he did one on Ethan Klein. He kind of has like a little bit of a theater kid air about him, and I don't really even want to root for him in this because he does come off a little bit like a prick. However, the strategy that he decided to employ versus Perry in this, absolutely, in my opinion, beats Perry's usual style of being direct, having no manners, having absolutely no consideration for the person that you're talking to, and just trying to get straight into the content. But this wasn't content. Like, this was... he ended up getting banned for this because this is in a VC that he wasn't supposed to record in. And, well, you'll see.
Conversation I had with Alex Novell, who, if you're not familiar, is a, I guess, video essayist who's on the rise recently for going after Destiny, Ethan Klein. Back in the day he went after Daily Wire. And I just happened to notice, for whatever reason, he was in this Discord VC in JStock server, who JStock, if you're not familiar, is a live streamer. He also has a history of love bombing Cherry while bouncing on his yoga ball. And for whatever reason, Alex Novell was in his VC, and I joined, and it seemed to be like Alex Novell was just speaking to himself in a quasi-interview where no one was asking questions, but he was like going on a diatribe about his life history, his life story. So I joined, and given that Alex is a self-described troll who loves contention, as you'll see in the convo, I thought, I'll try and match his energy, so to speak, ask him questions in a confrontational way, in the way that he self-described as enjoying doing to others. And I thought it would be a fun back and forth, but it turns out that Alex Novell, I guess, loves dishing it out, but can't take it, because as soon as I asked him a, I believe, fair question about how he engages on the internet, after I asked him this question, he just got very upset at me. He started shutting down the conversation, literally just like crying, doing voices, very low-level, base-level stuff, man-child-esque behavior. Started smoking a joint, I believe, in order to calm his senses, while his girlfriend got upset at him for yelling.
He did. I don't blame anybody for having to deploy an emergency joint when talking to Perry, but yeah, this does happen. However, I do want to point out, if you have to have a 2-minute preamble to explain a conversation that you are trying to present as you winning, we'll see.
And he had to leave the room at some point. Very strange showing from Alex. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the way the conversation went, so I just thought I'd show you guys, the public, this combo. Let me know what you think, I guess, about the whole situation. For my part, I've been Purpleparrygaming. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
I don't know if you guys, a lot of like chatters kind of have a similar thing where like you like to get a rise out of people sometimes. You like to do a little trolling, you like to like push people's buttons, get a rise out of people. And living in New York, like I used to do that to people all the time. Like I would go just up to randoms on the street and like troll them, and it was just so unproductive. And like the girl I was dating at the time was just so pissed about it that I was constantly being fucking annoying.
Who did you go to, man? Who did you harass?
I just saw all types of people.
All right, so Perry has made first contact. He's joined the VC. Alex is explaining something. There are a couple people in the VC here listening to him.
People like there was some fucking like Italian ass dude, and every time I'd see him, I'd go, "What's up, Dad?" And he'd just get so mad that I'd call him Dad. Or like I would go to like they have this thing in New York City called SantaCon, where everybody dresses up like Santa and gets drunk. And I would go there and just ask people if they were dressed like Santa. And they would flip out. They'd be like, I'd be like, "Are you dressed as Santa?" They'd be like, "Of course I'm dressed as Santa. Shut the fuck up." I'd be like, "Sorry, I have never seen Santa before. I didn't know."
This is if this is a funny anecdote that this is an Alex L here. I would want to say, if this is a funny anecdote that he is telling, he has told it in the least funny way possible, in order to make himself look either like an asshole or somebody who is only acting out what he thinks a human is. So yeah, you know.
I don't know, man. These aren't very inspired bits. I feel like
it's not very inspired. I was just my best work. I don't know. I don't think like I was doing very.
And no, Saturday, I don't think anybody actually got mad at him. Like if they were like, they're like, just of course I'm like, I can understand. There's something funny about going up to somebody who's dressed as Santa and be like, "Whoa, are you dressed as Santa Claus?" And they'd be like, "Huh? What do you mean? Of course I'm dressed like Santa Claus." And then if you were like still incredulous, like Alex was, and you're like, "Oh my god!" Like I don't know. At some point, I would just be like, "Okay, dude." It's kind of like the people that when you're working as a cashier at a grocery store and they ring up something and the price doesn't come up right, and the people are like, "Haha, I guess it's free then." You know, it's like it's that kind of energy. But maybe he was being even more fucking obnoxious with it.
Trolling. I think I was just kind of liking to get a rise out of people.
So Perry starts off here with like a soft, I would say like a soft critique. You know, you can go a couple different ways. And the premise of this video essentially is that Alex Novell is a narcissist. And while I think Perry is somebody who can navigate conversations with all sorts of characters and sometimes, you know, pull out interesting things from them, if you think somebody is a narcissist, engaging with them in the way that Perry did is only going to give them a platform, give them a stage for their performance, what they prefer to do. You're giving them what they want, essentially.
My best bit of trolling was I recreated this Ethan Klein video called "Shake That Dick." It's a really old video of his when I was in college at NYU. And it was me in a trench coat with no shirt underneath and like little short shorts, and I'm shaking my dick. And Ethan did the same video when he was like in Israel. And I filmed it around NYU, and Spike Lee was in like the background of one of the shots, and he got very upset because he thought that we were making fun of him.
That guy sucks, though. I mean, that guy's like a loser. He's never made a good movie in his entire worthless career, so that's epic, actually.
Well, I closed an elevator door on him while shaking my dick at him, so.
Oh, it's good to hear. I think that's like morally, I'm happy to hear that, you know.
I'm not too fond of his movies either. But
interesting. You're keeping him talking, so still once again, good here. A little tiny bit of engagement. What you could do, and this is the point, right? Somebody who likes spinning a yarn like this guy, you can get them talking, but you also have to get them to question the premise of their story. You can even ask them to explain themselves. Like you can ask, "Oh, you know, there's this viral video or whatever." Be like, "No, what is it?" Incredulously. You can make them over-explain things. You can actually you can interrupt the flow of their conversation in creative ways. And I'm disappointed. Like I guess is the
yeah, then Then like COVID hit, and I started.
There was so much potential here. There was so much potential here.
Trying to figure out like how I could stop being like that, and that's around the time that I made the Daily Wire video, and I was like, oh, I can kind of go after these people who are like deserve to be fucked with, and that's more righteous and also like makes me feel better, and also I can like make a video out of it, which is like because
there was a
more
point here.
righteous video, and I was like, oh, I can. That's around the time that I made the Daily Wire video, and I was like, oh, I can kind of go after these people who are like deserve to be fucked with, and that's more righteous and also like makes me feel better, and also I can like make a video out of it, which is like because I was always like getting into these dramas.
Yeah, also good point, Saturday. There was potential for me versus Food Shop. It happens. It does happen. That's why this is a constructive critique of Perry. I want to give him new techniques in the off chance that he tries to encounter a narcissist and farm content off them again. Because there is one other person that has made this strategy work versus Perry. And he didn't know how to counter it then. And he doesn't seem to know how to counter it now. Now, maybe there's examples of him getting somebody talking that loves to hear themselves talk. You know, he can farm people, especially people who are unstable. He's good at finding things that like he had a cancer patient on a while back, or not a while back, like a couple weeks ago. Because he had gone after Brandon Buckingham for his fundraiser for his very legitimate medical problems. It was a fucking insane, deranged thing to do. But a fan of Brandon Buckingham ended up going on stream with Perry. And throughout the course of it, I think that he was like, this cancer patient was anti, like, subsidies for healthcare and everything like that. However, he wanted everybody to get screenings. And, you know, you can make somebody look stupid if they're not prepared to engage with somebody that has absolutely no boundaries. And if they're just going to pry and say ridiculous things, if you react to Perry saying ridiculous things in the way that he wants, which is for you to be outraged, then he's won. But I feel like if you're really a narcissist, you can see that sort of thing coming from a mile away. Maybe I'm a narcissist is what I'm saying. So the only other person that I've ever seen Perry lose against in a back and forth this way was myself. The first time that I called into Queemans and talked to Perry. Not the second time. And not, well, kind of the second time that I talked to him on my stream. You act sincere. You riff. You ask him questions. You get him talking. Anytime that he tries to pin you down, you just get him talking. And it's easy.
And stuff, and then just telling my friends about it. And it just came to a point where I was like, oh, maybe I should just like make YouTube videos out of it instead of constantly talking my friends' ears off about my personal dramas.
So like, okay, whatever, it's virtuous. You think you're doing something interesting by being a truth teller, you know. And people who derive their entire self-worth from this online, it's definitely a source of power, but like, I feel like you end up becoming kind of inhuman with your platform after a while because you become insulated from criticism in a way that doesn't necessarily make you a good truth teller anymore.
I think
when did you betray the left and start going after valiant liberals? When did that happen?
I go after anyone who deserves it. It has nothing to do with the left or the right. I did a video going after Michael Picard, who goes to fucking Trump.
Yeah, like a source of power, a source of like social validation. So, you can be somebody online. Like, you know, I feel like trolling was different when I was younger. When I was a young lass, there was obviously trolls that were malicious and there were people that were gone after that, you know, the intention was to fuck their life up or at least to cause chaos. But I feel like, even if you did that, even if your intention was to troll maliciously, at a certain point, I think it does kind of eat away at your soul. Or at the very least, you are surrounded by people whose only intention is to also, you know, fuck things up. And it can be fun for a while, but I think there's enough people in most people's lives where they'll kind of grow out of that, or at the very least, you know, not spend their entire lives being a malicious troll. The problem with a troll getting a platform, or a contrarian even getting a platform, somebody that realizes that it's really good to have super insightful titles and to do hit pieces all the time, if that person gets a platform and they don't keep in mind the fact that they're going to have a lot more social reinforcement for that behavior. People are going to feel very vindicated. People are even, you know, probably going to be celebrating wins against bad people. However, not only does that kind of your audience, it's like a negative feedback loop where your audience always expects that, like, that's where they get that gratification, that sense of justice in their life. And if you have financial reinforcement, you can invest more time into it, like if you're getting compensated for it because you have a platform, like if you have that and you have a bunch of people who are kind of cheering you on, you're kind of their gladiator. I feel like if you don't understand, if you think that you're not somebody impacted by ego and you don't actively check yourself on that, it can kind of make you into a monster. As the worm turns. Oh, welcome in, Troff. Welcome in, Dizej. Good to see you guys here, yeah. Purpleparrygaming. So, and by the way, Darius, you're new here. I understand this is all like super insular stuff. Like this is insular community hour. So if you're confused, good for you. Go outside more.
Rallies and fucks with Trump supporters. Just because like I thought what he was doing was bad too. You know, I don't think it's about left or right. I think it's about like living your life by a certain level of principles. And I think,
and by go outside more, I don't mean learn more about this. By go outside more, I mean like escape while you still fucking can.
Like for people on the right, they don't follow a lot of those principles, but they expect, you know, society to be a certain way. And for people on the left, they really expect society to be a certain way. And they also really want to follow a bunch of rules. And I don't like rules.
God, okay, like I have to. Okay, this guy is kind of a yapper.
Your life by a certain level of principles, and I think like for people on the right, they don't follow a lot of those principles, but they expect.
Sorry for making us re-listen to this guy. I'm just trying to like grasp a little bit of what he's saying.
People on the left, they really expect society to be a certain way, and they also really want to follow a bunch of rules, and I don't like rules. I mean, I know that there's a place for them, but like. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm like I'm very, very far left, but I'm so far left that sometimes it like comes all the way back around, and I'm I wouldn't say right, but I'm like anti.
You're a contrarian. It's very easy to do. You're a contrarian. You criticize people. You find inconsistencies in what people say, in their words and their actions. You point out hypocrisy. You use moralizing language in your essays. Yeah, it's not that hard. The whole, like, I don't like rules thing, it's like, okay, you don't like rules, but what are rules to you? Like, I don't necessarily want more restrictions on my freedom, however, I do want an orderly society, and as complexity increases, there are certain things that we want to regulate as a society through democratic, you know, action.
A liberal, for sure.
And it's like, so it's like, the whole I don't like rules thing, it's like, yeah, go live in a fucking commune, buddy.
You know what I think? I think you're like you come up like a narcissist, man. That's I think why you're giving your life story in a J.
So this is okay. Maybe Perry had a plan here to get the guy to, you know, if you call somebody a narcissist, I think the intention when you call them a narcissist is that they're going to say, no, I'm not a narcissist, or this or that and the other. And then you can like go over granular fucking details of their behavior. But I think if somebody is maybe not even a narcissist, but an egoist, they're going to respond with like their incredulity almost.
J-Stock server, that's what I think.
I just came in here and was like, yo, did you guys watch my video? And then you started asking me a bunch of fucking questions.
Well, I just got you.
Sorry, I had a point that I actually lost my train of thought on. Fuck.
Man, you were doing this for hours, I heard.
I was doing this for hours, dog.
How long have you been here,
straight up-
man?
Immediate so incredulity we see here. But yeah, obviously the first thing that if you call somebody a narcissist and they're actually a narcissist, they are going to immediately write you off as somebody that they can influence. Usually, they are going to immediately try to undermine you. They're going to try to malign you. They're going to immediately realize that you are somebody that they now have to put down. So, let's see how this goes.
6 hours, 26 minutes, man. I've been here so long, it's crazy.
Exactly, and then you're gonna like come after me. I mean, you're the one that's been here.
I've just been talking about myself the whole time. That's what I definitely haven't been here for like 15 minutes.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think you've been here the whole time.
Once again, incredulity saying, "Wow, you really think that I've?" Wow, it's kind of insane.
Additionally,
yeah, I've been here 6 hours and 26 minutes. It's been amazing. Thank you guys so much for all the attention. I need it, or else, what will I do all day?
are you gonna go after J-Stock too, or are you just gonna glaze
Okay. So are you gonna go after J-Stock?
him by coming in his server? You went to Queenman server. Usually when people go in Discord servers,
I went to Queenman server because I used one of his thumbnails in my video. I don't know if you watched it. It's a pretty good video.
I saw it. I saw your video.
So I used his thumbnail in there, and I wanted to thank him for it. But then I just did not know how his Discord server works. So I joined it, and I waited for him to DM me.
Act blasé, act casual. Perry is clearly going after you. Just kind of, he's the weird one. I do think Alex Novella is a narcissist, by the way, and this conversation did succeed in convincing me of that. That is for sure. However, he's winning.
Oh, okay. It's just because, usually when people go around after they make a big video and they go in a bunch of Discords, usually it's because
I've been in this Discord a bunch.
So another accusation, like you just go around in a bunch of Discords and you're trying to promote your stuff and whatever.
Before I've been in this Discord a bunch before. I mean, like I'm sorry that you're so butthurt by me coming in here and talking.
Well, it's
about
not like a personal thing. It's not like a personal thing. I'm just like trying.
Downplays it, He's immediately flipping it back around on Perry here. Oh, I think you're a little bit butthurt about this.
I mean, it seems like a personal
situation. Well, I mean, I'm talking about you as a person. I'm talking about you as a person. So obviously,
it seems like you're really.
Perry is now on his back foot.
We'll come out.
No, okay, dude. Do you understand that, like, your buddy whose Discord server you're in right now,
buddy,
like,
I mean J-Stock?
Who's so? Do you know that he likes my videos, right? That he's watched them on his stream before?
I mean, I guess. I don't see where you're going with that, though.
Trying to appeal to the fact that he's a content creator and in some way, he probably does feel a little bit like he's a celebrity here. He probably was enjoying the attention from all of these people. If you see somebody coming in, like, Perry's a funny guy. He could have come into this VC with some absurd thing to talk about and completely detracted from anything that he was saying. But instead, he immediately starts to interrogate him on his narcissism, which is just giving the guy more excuses to talk about himself.
Okay, bro. So I made a video last night, and then I came in here this morning and said, hey, did you guys watch my video? Discord server full of people who
Troff says, I'll be honest, I think Perry is being a baby. Imagine going to somebody else's Discord server to complain somebody is talking too much. LOL, get a grip. Listen, here's the thing you need to realize about Perry, Troff, is that he is he's a troll. Like, he is insincere. He is doing things to get content. He is trying to get a rise out of people. He is always trying to get a reaction out of people. If you interact with him when he is trying to get a rise out of people, like, it's kind of your fault, Like, I don't know. It's not even anything about his pathology. It's just what he continues to be rewarded for. He's going to keep doing it. He doesn't care about any of these things. Like, he doesn't actually care that this guy is a narcissist. He dislikes him and he wants to expose him in some way. But he doesn't actually give a fuck about any of this.
who have watched my video before.
But you earlier you were saying that you like conflict, and now you're saying you're looking for a server for people to glaze you. Seems kind
I'm
of
looking for a server. I'm definitely looking for a server for people to glaze me. Yes, I don't have my own server of glazers.
You're doing the voice right now. You're doing the voice right now that insinuates that you're speaking sarcastically. Well, obviously, there's a difference between finding new people to suck you off versus your close community. So I don't see why you're like making a distinction.
No, I need the new suckers offer because how else is it gonna stay like wet and fresh?
That's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. That's what I'm.
So treat him like he's silly. Perry is a small, fluffy creature to this guy right now. He is not a threat. He is rolling up a J. He is ready to take him as, like, least seriously as possible. God, why are words failing me?
I'm saying, yeah.
Oh, it is what you're saying? So I didn't realize because of your accent.
All right, well, listen, that's what I'm saying is my point. So I don't see how you're gonna...
Your point is that I'm narcissistic because I made a YouTube video and then you asked me a bunch of questions about it.
Well, you know, you were in the server before me, but my point is that you're saying, oh...
Okay, reframe. This is the point with me and the Food Chops conversation where I was like, listen, Food Chops, we got off to the wrong start. And I just start repeating my question over and over again after that.
I love conflict. I love aggression. And you come in here and you expect to be
Did I say I love conflict and aggression?
You said I love going in New York and trolling people. What you did say that.
I said I used to do that. I said I used to.
So you hate it now, but you said you found a new avenue for it. So you do like it still. So it's not like that's changed.
God, bro.
So yes or no? Do you still like it?
With yourself? Are you just trying to kill everyone who's like the way you used to be?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to kill everyone.
But he's doing like a voice, man.
It's like
I ask I don't understand how you can like be this way after a single question. I'm simply asking.
I don't understand how you can be this way. Dude, I gotta get my dick hard. Come on, stop. Get back to glazing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you were on the one hand you're.
So he's fully leaned into the last criticism, which is the glazing. This is what an actual narcissist wants. Yeah, you should just, let's move on with it. You are insignificant. Let's get back to talking about me. But he can mean that, and he can also say it insincerely at the same time. Like, that's, yeah.
You're saying, oh, I just love, like, the unhandling. It's like you can dish it out, but you can't take it. As soon as you come in here,
dude, what do you want? Do you want me to sit here and be like, oh, you owned me? Like, of course.
No, I'm saying that, like, as soon as somebody has, like, somewhat of a disagreement with you, you come after them like they're, like, some sort of, like, asshole. All I'm doing is trying to figure out why you're in here.
Like you're an asshole. I'm just responding to what you're saying.
You're literally like you're like mocking, like you're trying everything you can in order to not engage with what I'm saying.
I'm trying everything I can, bro.
In order to not engage with what I'm saying, but to just like complain that I dared ask critical questions.
With what you're saying.
All right, then engage with what I'm saying. All right, well, I'll ask it again. I guess.
Engage with me, bro.
I'll ask it again.
He's just spamming the gaslight button right now, which Perry, if he took a step back at this moment in the conversation, if he realized that Alex has spammed the exact same move, 5 times in a row, he would back up, reorient himself, calm down, and then re-engage. But he's just pressing onwards. We'll see if Alex can recover. He is he's not doing anything special right now.
Why come into servers which are like a bunch of people who are already positively disposed to you?
Yes, this is a conversation about nothing. They're fighting over nothing. But Perry might be right that this guy is a narcissist.
If you're saying that you enjoy the conflict or whatever of trolling people in New York or whatever, and with Ethan and all these other new people,
I don't understand what you're saying. You gotta run it back in a more coherent way.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you don't even want to engage with this question. You're like, oh, I am engaging.
No, it just sounds like you're like shaking and crying. You gotta say it in one sentence that you're like, you're doing this, and then you're going and doing this, and then you're going and doing this. Let's do one thing at a time, buddy.
Oh no. And yeah, this guy is a weed user, Perry is a Vyvanse user, and telling a Vyvanse user that they are taking too long to make their point and that you don't understand them because they're on a different fucking planet, they're thinking at 2x speed, and you are human beings, yeah, like it can make somebody question themselves. I'm glad I'm back to being a weed user.
I am saying
not a Vyvanse user.
Thing is, you say that you like conflict. Well, I was going to say the one thing. I was saying the one thing. Come on, man. But then you come into a server. Then you come into a server with people glazing you.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem like you really want conflict. You just want people to suck you off.
That's what's happening right now. Is you're sucking me off.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like as soon as somebody points,
Both isn't that great. I've tried. Listen, like both was all right for a while, but I feel like it can make you like super ADHD. You know, it can make you like have all of the worst aspects of being like high on weed and being too worked up.
this out, you can't even engage at all. So it's kind of hypocritical
How
for
am
you
I
to have
not
an entire
engaging?
career.
If I was,
Well, you're memeing out of it. You're
Also, don't do drugs, disavow.
memeing out of it. You're like, oh yeah,
Talk to your doctor. Only take what you're prescribed.
that is what I'm doing, lol. Like if Beaton treated you
But I'm not your mother.
like this, then you would be like, oh, he's not even engaged with my video. But then you're gonna do this to everybody you find.
I just think it's silly. I just think it's silly, and I don't think it's like coming from a place of like intelligence. I don't know, dude. Like I just
Now Alex has decided to switch back to a more sincere framing. He's just kind of trying to come at Perry like a human.
I just don't care that much. That like you're like, oh, why won't you engage with my very serious questions? And I'm
Right,
like,
but if someone
I
did this
just
to you,
think
you'd be like, wow, that guy's like afraid of like my criticism. So it's like obviously you can have this
Who's
down
a-
with me,
what-
but if someone did
what
this
do
to you, you'd be upset.
You're saying what I would do, like.
So you're saying that if like Destiny, fucking Ben Shapiro, Eaton went with
Destiny
you
did
and
the
they were
exact
like,
same thing. Destiny did the exact same thing to me, and you know what I did? I laughed because I have a good sense of humor. I'm not a fucking loser.
but you think it's like lame that he didn't engage with your video, or you think that's awesome?
No, I don't care.
You don't care. So
Alex is cringe at times in this call, but that was a pretty flashy move.
you just like say shit that you don't believe.
You
don't care if anyone believes you.
I'm like, thanks for watching my video on your stream. Thanks for sending all the angry commenters. And that's that. Like, I just don't care that he didn't like my video or he thinks about me a certain way. I don't
Not about
care
how
that
he
some
feels
guy-
about you. It's about like engaging with the arguments. Like the arguments you make, you don't care if people actually engage with them.
I don't care to like have an argument with somebody who's like, you know what I mean? Like guys like Destiny or Ethan, like I wouldn't want to have an argument with them because they don't go into any situation in good faith. Just
No,
like
I'm not
how
saying
you
an
in this
argument.
conversation are not engaging in.
I'm
good
just saying, like, as they're watching your video, as they are engaging with your video, you don't care whether or not they like engage with your points. You don't care if like people listen. You don't care if your points are good or bad. You just like want the attention of people listening.
I said that.
That's
Oh
why
my
you're coming
God,
on. That's why I'm
you're-
asking for a clarification. It comes off to me.
You sound
you're
like you're just
saying.
raising your voice and getting triggy. Are you
We're
triggy?
both raising our voices here, man.
At this point in the conversation, Perry should be reforming a concise criticism of Alex, that you are a narcissist, that you come here and at this point, because he's been able to get him talking for this long, he could actually directly say, you love to hear yourself talk. That's why you're engaging
And I don't see how.
with some supposed nobody that you don't care about. You have nothing better to do, Alex, than just, sit here on a Discord and talk to some randoms.
Triggy?
And then you can get him to talk about his life a little bit, what he's doing. And Perry's good at this sometimes.
You were literally yelling into your mic earlier.
Triggy.
I'm asking you.
I was going, oh my God, I can't believe you're being such a fucking retard. Like, it was more so like that than like yelling at you.
Yeah, but
the
you're
one
not
that's, like,
actually
raising your voice.
explaining the problem. What I'm saying, I'm asking if you're not okay with engaging with other people in a serious way, and you
I
just
didn't
want
say
to like,
I'm not
oh, your
okay
voice
with
is fine.
engaging with other people in
Well,
a
your
serious
actions
way.
are demonstrating that. Your actions are demonstrating that.
Dude, go complain to your Lord and Savior J-Stock about it. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to get you to understand that, like, for you to sit here, and as soon as somebody comes in this JStock VC and doesn't suck you off, you get upset, and then you just, like, start
Nobody was
smoking
sucking me off.
or to
Dude was just
compensate.
asking me. Dude was. If you watch my shit, you know I fucking smoke all the time, bro.
Right, well, like, it's just very convenient timing. But as soon as, like, someone criticizes you, you, like, disengage, and, like, just start, like, I don't know, not, like, exactly, you just disengage, you don't engage with what they're saying. If someone did this to you, it would be annoying. Or do you not care about your points being listened to, you just care about the attention? That's why I'm trying to ask.
Are you upset that I'm not listening to your points so well enough? I should be like, okay, wait, what's your name again? Perry? Perry's like, okay, you came.
At this point, Perry could have easily gone after him for smoking or something like that, asked him more questions about that.
In this server because you made a video yesterday and the guy Dung Devil was asking you questions about it. That makes you a narcissist, right? And I laughed at you.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out your like behavior, because it seems like earlier you were talking about your life history. You're saying, "Oh, I love the confrontation and getting a rise."
You know what I think?
And then
I think that you're being very anti-Semitic right now.
it's like, again, exactly, like as soon as you actually get like somebody who's willing to bite back, so to speak, who's willing to dish it out the way you do,
Perry is noticing.
you just have to meme out of it.
You're not dishing it out the way I do. You're dishing out in a very bitch-made way.
How's that? How's it a bitch-made way?
My voice is shaking when I talk because I'm fucking so upset right now, bro. I'm going to feud with a YouTuber with 40,000 subs. I'm so upset. My name is fucking Perry.
So, like, not at all actually explaining why it's bitch-made. So you can't respond to what I'm saying. Shellboner, listen, man, I can hear an echo. You can't respond.
He's given Perry a lot to work with at this point. Perry is not reiterating his point, but he is reiterating a point, which is that you're not responding to what I say, you're not responding to what I say. He's responding to what you're saying, he's just not treating you seriously because you came in a little hot.
Respond to what I'm saying, you're just gonna sit there and be like, oh, you said it in a dumb way. Like, you actually haven't engaged with my criticisms, and then you want to pretend that, like, you can deal getting a rise out of people.
I win. I'm getting a lot of DMs from people in this VC saying that I win.
You see what I mean? You're just, like, being like a cool, big old baby. You're being a big old baby. And if EPSTEIN or Destiny engage...
First of all, this is kind of cringe. This is cringe for the people that are sending him DMs saying that he won, and this is cringe for him referencing it.
With you like this, you'd say that's, like, pathetic.
Because I beat you? Because I made you look stupid?
See what I mean?
I got you tricky? Because I'm sitting here smoking a J Casual style while you're shaking and crying Swedish style or whatever type of like European weird, something you are. Denmark, Sweden. Am I getting close?
Well, in a way, yes, that is the problem. Is that as soon as somebody dares criticize your engagement with stuff, you like start crying. You're like, oh, you're a loser.
Maltese,
you're a loser.
Bro. Oh, gross.
Like right now. Like you can't even, like, we haven't gone past stage 1. Stage 1 is, if you enjoy so much confrontation,
stage 1 is denial.
Why can't you handle it? And now
I thought stage 1 is denial.
It's like pathetic. I don't know what else to say, man.
I guess I'm pathetic then. I don't know, dog. How will I live with myself being so pathetic? It's so hard for me. I guess I'll keep making videos that your bro is gonna watch on stream. How many videos of yours?
Like tree.
Do you have a YouTube channel? Purpleparrygaming. Let's see some videos.
J-Stars watched 2 of my videos, so
that's so cool, guys.
He's watched 2 of mine.
Wow,
I think I'm beating you, man. Did he watch 2 of yours?
Iron Mouse. This is why you're so mad, because your videos do terrible, dude. You call yourself a gaming channel, but you're posting a lot of like drama stuff.
Look at mine, Nick. Look at mine.
So, Mrao with a metal chair. Mrao has jumped into the fray. He also wants to be rated. He is trying to make this more lighthearted and less antagonistic. He's trying to get the ball rolling. Mrao is a valiant effort, but he quickly becomes a pawn against Perry.
Look at mine.
Yeah, look at Mrao. I think it's only fair.
I will.
Look at Mrao's next.
Wait, but you're doing like slop.
Once again, you can call a lot of things into question about Alex's character at this point. You can say, oh, you care about views and stuff like that. Like you only care about, like somebody who's over a certain threshold. What's your threshold? Like why do you think that's good? You don't like rules, but you like capital. Like do you objectify people based on like their ability to, succeed in a certain algorithm-driven market? Like, I mean, you don't have to be as autistic as I am about it, but like, you can work with a lot of the things that he said. He is already looking at Perry's account. He is going to be critiquing it from his position as somebody who does like highly edited long-form videos with special effects and shit. and also somebody who tries to be, I guess, entertaining with it, since it's supposed to be a little bit kooky. So we'll see.
Content. You're doing like 57-minute long, like, video that's not edited. What is this? Can you explain to me what exactly you post on YouTube and
Do a
why it's
live
not
stream
sloppy?
You'd be like, what do you think? What do you think? Oh, where's my phone?
Man, they're live stream bots.
It's live stream.
Trop says, "Oh wait, this is the guy who made that shit piece on H3. Never mind, I hate them both." That's what made you hate him. The fact that he made a hit piece on Ethan.
VODs?
Yeah.
Then why are you doing the slop thumbnail game?
What?
Oh, I was gonna say that, you know, you could even ask, oh, like, what you think this is like just a platform for like that. You know, you can make him justify his own opinions at this point. Perry's probably a little bit insecure about his channel. He probably doesn't feel like he's made it, but he's doing fairly well. Like, just own it. Don't react.
Why are you doing? It's so bad. Year of lies. I will
What's wrong
defend
with
my
that?
like you're doing the slop thumbnail. You're doing like drama video thumbnail.
Okay.
Lying,
No, I
Latinx
agree.
loser.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just wondering.
Well, you're asking like there's an issue with it. So I would imagine.
Yeah, because it's I'm just.
So you're
It
just
seems like
curious?
you're more
So you're,
so
like,
you're
neutral.
more so mad that my content isn't as slop as yours.
No, not really.
Would you like if I made more? Should I start posting more like stream VODs? Would that make you happier? Can I post like some Chud Logic stream VODs? Would that make you
What's
feel
wrong with
better?
Chud Logic? What's wrong with Chud Logic?
Nothing. I'm just seeing that you posted Chud Logic VODs. I'm like, can I? If I start.
No, they're my
posting
VODs. I don't re-upload Chud Logic's videos. What do you mean?
Oh, I don't. I wouldn't know. I'm just looking at. Is that you in the video? Is this you with the
Sorry, my dog.
with the?
Sorry, my dog was barking. I love by the way, chat, you guys are like my little ant farm of like people who hate Destiny and people who still watch Destiny and don't really care. it's very fascinating. the mix of opinions in my chat.
What's it called? Hair? The
I'm just
hair?
here,
I have
man.
hair.
The adventures of you have the Adventures of Tintin hair.
I guess so, man. I guess so.
The little like poof
The
top.
haircut? I guess so.
The little poof top. The little like I think it's called like a quiff.
Yeah, Trop is a Destiny hater, but he's an Ethan liker, and then we have Zan, who is an Ethan liker and a Destiny liker. For better or worse, I love you, Zan. You're my best friend. I don't even I can't even stand if I can watch the man's content anymore. It's just boring to me.
Or like it's Adventures of Tintin. You guys know what Adventures of Tintin. Yeah, someone put Adventures of Tintin in chat. There we go. Yeah, look in chat. That's what you look like. You with the hey, I'm a New Yorker. Hey, you with the friggin' haircut, or standing over there with your shirt.
Alex, look at mine now. Look at mine. It's inside chat. Look at mine.
Okay. I'll look at yours. It's inside chat.
You have to scroll up a bit. I'm sorry.
You just look up, do you send your like stream channel or your main channel?
Here, I'll post it again just for you.
I see this video. I like this channel a lot more already.
Whoa.
I mean, Morao is a cute little cat, and he's pretty good at editing, so in this domain, this is still Alex's domain, Perry has not done anything to turn the tides. He is now having his channel get rated. He has not succeeded necessarily in interrogating Alex's narcissism. He has pushed back and defended against it, which, you know, he's reacted to it a couple times, he's explained himself, and he's given Perry ammo, but Perry hasn't really made a lot of use of it.
Oh.
I can already tell you off rip that I'm liking this channel a lot more, and it's not just because you get way better views than Perry. See, we're not doing narcissism. We're not doing glazing now, Perry. Now we're doing.
At this point, Perry could be like, "Oh, you mentioned the views on my video, but now you're claiming to not care about the views. Like which is it? Which is it? Like which is it?"
YouTube review, okay? Or does that make you feel better? 250.
By the way, this stream is basically me backseat driving Perry. I'm also not great with Collins. I get too excited. right? But I feel like you should have been able to find your footing by now. You're better than this.
8 members in your Patreon. Good for you, buddy.
I don't know how to use Patreon. I'm pretty sure they're all free members. I'm not. I don't know.
I do YouTube memberships myself.
I do both. I don't know how to use Patreon. I'm kind of tech illiterate. I don't know how Patreon works.
Let's see how your videos are edited.
This is now just
Okay, I'm
Mrau
liking this.
wanting to actually probably knowing Mrau, he actually wants legitimate critique about his editing. He's like, listen, I want this to at least be a conversation again. Please help me, or at least, you know, I don't think Mrau is trying to get praise or anything from Alex, but Alex is using this chance to give Mrau extra praise.
So this VR chat predator who trolls his victims, that opening, fantastic, my guy. I love that the numbers tick up and then you go right in with it. It's very good.
Listen, if you need an editor, I need money desperately. I will.
Saturday Supergirl says, too excited to share anime crushes on petite women. Listen. That was my entire premise. I wasn't too excited to do that. That was all I went there to do, was talk about anime girls that she probably was familiar with the property. Like, she was probably familiar with the property, and I could relate those anime girls to my argument about how I think her consumption of certain pornographic material is probably not good for somebody who claims to have the mental problems she has. Okay? However, I didn't get there at all. But I don't think she hates me. So, we'll get another chance, guys.
I'll do it basically for free. I'm not.
And
in spite of like immediately calling myself from a snark left, a community that she associates, you know, anti-fans with, in spite of that, I wasn't banned from her server, and I don't think she thinks I'm an anti-fan.
Man, this guy was Turkey Tom said it.
I don't hate her. I hope her. I wish her the best. I just am very concerned about some things.
He's like in the big leagues. You can't afford it.
I was Turkey Tom's editor for one video that never got posted. That's my resume.
Mrau, you gotta talk like you believe in yourself, okay? Talk like you have a little faith in
this
yourself.
guy is like
Well, howdy there, partner.
Tom's editor. This guy killed Turkey Tom's Discord. He's been around.
That can't be that person's real voice, by the way. Who the fuck is Hannah?
Would definitely work with you if
like, what did Perry say? I got like stunned by that voice.
Turkey Tom's Discord. He's been around.
I would definitely work with you if it was not that like you've seen my videos, obviously. Like, the whole point of my things is like that they're edited by me. If I worked with an editor on my videos, I feel like it would like.
It's not the point of your videos.
How do you do
That's
your
the
epic CRT
existence of your
effect? That was
videos.
awesome.
I can't hear you because the Swedish guy is talking over you.
Also, because Mrau's mic is fucking dog shit in this call.
The point of your videos that you edit them. That's not the point. The point is you're talking about the people. That's what the word point means, man.
You haven't watched my videos.
The point of your videos is that you edit your videos.
Perry clearly hasn't watched my stuff.
I've seen your videos.
The point of my videos is that I edit them. Like,
I mean, I understand what Alex is saying here, but yeah, this is a he got in a hit. Perry got in a hit here. Is that we worded that very stupidly. What do you mean the point of your videos is that you edit your videos?
Maybe that's the reason you do it. It's not the point of the video, like the message of it. The message is about the people.
I'm saying the reason why a lot of people watch my videos, Perry, is because they like my specific editing style.
So yeah, exactly. That's a different statement than the point of your videos.
Alex has still not really explained himself very well. You could say like, no, I mean that my videos are highly edited. Therefore, if I worked with another editor, I would probably have like creative conflict with them over the main part of my creative, like my video making and creative process.
So the point for me in making my videos is that I get to edit them, Perry.
Right.
It's
so
the
those
part
are
that is
different
the most
statements.
fun for me.
That's a different statement.
Perry and Alex should have a boxing match. I think that Perry should make some sort of underground streamer fighting club, and he should stop making content online and he should start doing stand-up.
It's a dog. I said the point of making my videos is that I edit them.
No, you said the point
And-
of your videos. Now you're saying the point of making your videos. You just changed what you said.
Okay.
One of those is true, but the other one is not true.
I wonder why this guy has accused you of only coming to things in bad faith and being a Vyvanse user Destiny type.
Okay. Thank you so
I
much.
think the only thing that's really true is that Parry's very sensitive and raped.
Yeah,
You really
bro,
think
like
so,
the
man?
most fucking raped dude I've ever
Dung Devil. He's already on his back feet. You don't need to help.
spoken with. What the fuck?
It's just because you said the point of your videos. But it was the
Oh
point
my-
of you
dude,
making the videos.
Dude, what? Like,
Parry,
who
it's
the
like you didn't.
fuck
Parry, you didn't even
cares?
listen to the
Well,
dude's
you're
life
just, like,
fucking
wrong.
story. We already
I
talked about
listened.
how this is all
Yeah, but
about him
that was about his
executing
life
on
story.
his fucking autistic.
But
vision.
now he's talking. But then he was talking about the point of my video, like the vision of the video, not the reason he does it. But now he's pretending he said both. Doesn't make any sense. He can't just go from one to the other and pretend he said the same thing twice.
Parry has completely missed the point that Alex has made. And he's not making any point to anybody in the Discord. There are no Parry fans cheering him on, saying Parry W, Parry raped, Parry W, or Alex raped, you know. I probably shouldn't say that word too many times in my VODs, but like
Oh my
You
god.
you can throw like a tantrum, I guess, but it's just at the end of the day, you were wrong.
Yeah, I'm doing my morning yelling here.
this is a possible recovery phase, okay? Parry has been given grace by the game itself. He has gotten the window that says, "Would you like to lower the difficulty? We realize that you have died to this boss a couple times. You know, we're not saying you have to. It's just, you know, we just want to remind you where it is in the option list, you know." So Parry can regroup.
I gotta do my my other edits, so I'll be there in a minute. You guys got my girlfriend all worked up.
He was talking very loudly. That was probably ridiculous.
She's single.
Okay. Good Parry W. Very funny joke. Extremely funny joke. Extremely good comedic timing. Alex has come back with his full health bar, and he's already, you know, he's down lower than he was in the last try. That was, yeah.
What the story, Mark?
Age question.
He has to fake laugh at Parry. He actually did damage to him. At this point, Alex could have been like, all right, that was a good one.
Question mark?
He's Jewish, so like 12, probably.
We would assume 12. Well, listen, don't get your hopes up, little gup.
Mrao has decided to assist Parry in this battle, because Mrao doesn't care who wins.
All right. Alex, how do you do your COT effect? It looks awesome.
The what effect?
Your like TV effects, like your
He's pulled
corner
aggro.
pin. So like the
you use
like
Adobe,
screen-
I'm guessing?
yeah, it's all in After Effects.
It's like the def.
I want to point out something as well. Like, this might be because there was a recent JCS episode about this. It wasn't even a very good JCS episode, honestly. Jim Can't Swim, like the true crime show, on a narcissist. And I feel like if Mrao and Parry were a duo of investigators, like detectives, they were interviewing Alex Novell and trying to get him to admit that he was a narcissist and that he doesn't have good intentions for any of the things that he does, right? If they wanted to do that and they were talking to each other, they were leaving the interview room and they were communicating with each other about their strategy, they could have got a lot more out of him, because Mrao is doing a very good job as being the open one, the good cop.
Default CRT filter they all use.
Oh my god, bro, you're so fucking.
Oh, I got
butthurt.
him. Called him out. He's mad. It's over.
It's not a CRT filter. It's
a VHS filter, rather. You know. So
Okay, all right. Parry has taken advantage of the opening.
okay. Do you want to hear about how I do it, or do you want to hear retard talk?
Well, you do it
I
using the
used DaVinci
default
Resolve,
filter.
so
You've
anything
already
you tell me is
explained
gonna
it.
sound impressive.
It's not the default filter though, so
Alright, yeah,
it's like-
you use the default filter, and then you add some little sliders,
Parry, shut the
obviously.
fuck up. Let the man explain.
A little bit of a
And then
combo.
you-
Oh no! Oh no! Dung Devil is still in the fight. He is still on Alex's side because they were probably having a bit more of an interesting conversation. Some of these people might just be here to talk to Alex Novell.
He already
him,
said
it's
he
the
doesn't want to
Still got
explain. He
shooters.
doesn't want to
I
explain.
just said I'm going to.
No, you explained, and you were like, no, it's on the default,
I'm
and now you're
interested.
upset.
To be clear, I'm interested. I asked
No, I'm
that
interested as well. But he said it was the default. So I don't know why he's mad when I say it's the default.
Why does he have one of those twist light bulbs in his lamp? I feel like that'd be so bright.
Well, maybe it's just for the backlights.
Or maybe
it's
that's
not
the
for the-
point.
Mrao is attacking the environment. He is clearing the field. He is dealing with environmental hazards.
Yeah.
Because, like, you see his
Yeah, maybe
Destiny
that's
video, he
fine.
was, like, in shadow, so I think that's, like, the point. Is so that it's, like, brighter than him.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I mean, she sounds like she...
Yes, you are correct, Zan, in that Perry is gish galloping. However, gish galloping is actually not a bad technique for going after Alex Novell. Now, it doesn't necessarily help where there's a lot of people who might have an aversion to the way that Perry talks or the things that he brings up or the fact that he is a dishonest actor in this conversation. However, people who are amused by his antics could celebrate, you know, or could assist him in a gish galloping technique. It's working right now because Alex actually got offended and Perry got a couple good hits in. Over the fact that it was the default filter. Maybe it is the default filter. We'll see.
She could be as young as 15. I don't think 12.
Sorry,
All right. So Mrao has now done, like, this is basically like the detectives leave the investigation or the interrogation room, and they're like, okay, so we know this about we got this evidence just told to us, and that is say that his girlfriend is underage.
As young as 15.
Mrao signaled to it earlier, and I think he tried, like, he even said, like, the Jewish thing. He's got curly hair. Mrao is suggesting angles to work. Angles for Perry to work.
He takes advantage of her sexually. You think he beats her?
Okay, so the way that I...
Because I'm just curious how he refuses to have her on screen. It's almost like he beats her bloody every time he leaves.
Okay, so...
And then he's like wants to change the subject. I mean, it's obvious that he's like abusing his like underage girlfriend. He doesn't even want to like deal with that.
Abuse is Perry's wheelhouse. Abuse and pedophilia is Perry's wheelhouse. He is now in a comfortable environment. Mrao has cast AoE buff over the arena. Perry is now on better footing.
Okay, so...
Wait, what? What happened?
Well, it's just because basically Alex Novell was defending Cameron Trio
Oh no, pedophilia mentioned, woman summoned.
5. He was saying that like it was okay for Cameron to take the 12-year-old in the car and force them to make out. So I assume his girlfriend's in a similar situation.
What?
Okay, so you don't actually have any proof that he has an underage.
Well, why doesn't he like show
girlfriend is getting
his
abused?
girlfriend?
Shell boner, you kind of fucking suck. I think you've been in this conversation for so long. Like, you're not contributing anything. Come on. I'm not going to be misogynist. Because I'm trying to fight back against that in these spaces. But I have a lot of very easy jokes to make right now, because you're kind of being a stereotype.
And if she's not underage.
I don't know, I've never showed my husband on here, and I never would.
I didn't know you had a husband, but now it's...
Alex now has minions. The narcissist needs flying monkeys to launch his most powerful attacks. This is not good for Perry.
like suspicious that you don't show them, I guess. But I mean, just statistically, it's less likely that he's underage than like
incel, kill
I think it's mostly because like this community has been very, very targeted by doxers and stuff. So it's like a lot of us don't want to post our
Yeah, but
significant
Alex
other.
doesn't care about doxing. He didn't even criticize Destiny for it. So the idea he won't show a significant other, I mean, he clearly doesn't care.
I think that you should kill
We don't like doxers. We don't like we don't like Destiny either.
Well, yeah, that's
I
why
think
he's
it'd be
here, is to
super
get
cool if you killed
blazed
yourself.
by people like you.
Well, while his ads are working on Perry, Perry is not really coming across. Like, I'm not even, you know, nothing is registering, nothing is hitting anymore. Purple Perry G sporting ad again. Yeah, he posted a video that he got banned from a server that he was fairly active in, for an obvious rule, and it's good content. I mean, it's interesting content to go over, hopefully in the way that I'm going over it. But this conversation is dog shit.
I think everyone.
Morale is helping. I wish that the lady with the southern accent was still there. She was interesting. I forgot what she even said. Like, I didn't understand it. I don't even know if it was English.
Would cheer if you killed yourself. I think your parents would find
it's like the idea that like this guy's gonna come here, ask for people to jerk off his Destiny video. Meanwhile, he can't even
Also, I'm sorry you have so much time left at work, Trough. Rip.
disavow Destiny
I
for
want
like
people to jerk
doxing.
off my Ethan Klein video.
Also, welcome in, Dispel. Good to see you. Did I welcome Webb? I think you were here earlier.
Thank you very much.
It's
Or you
like
were here,
now
you
he's
don't
gonna
know
like
if I
throw a
left you.
hissy fit. He can't even explain the CRT filter.
Video you did, you know.
Can't even explain the CRT filter, drawing a hissy fit because people
Perry,
are
you
questioning his
spent
life.
your whole time in here jerking off. How dare you fucking try to call anyone out for...
All right, let's get an instant replay on this, because Perry he has realized the things that worked before. He's going back to them. Unfortunately, the problem with the Vyvanse users are that it was F-Bombs that said this. I want to like repeat it because I think it was well put. Is that Vyvanse users, or when you're ADHD and you don't tank Vyvanse, you lose 20 focus, but you gain 30 creative thinking. Perry is entirely keyed in. He's locked in, but he's too locked in. All right? He needs to be more fluid. He needs to be more laid back in this, and he's been coming at him aggro the whole time. A move worked a little bit back. The editing thing, kinda, you know, he could have been more casual, and he should have been more casual when Alex came back and said, like, so the editing thing, you said it wasn't the default filter, so can you explain to me? And then he would have gotten more material to work with from that. Instead, he's just spamming a move that worked before.
If you killed yourself, I think your parents would find
It's like the idea that like this guy's gonna come here, ask for people to jerk off his Destiny video. Meanwhile, he can't even disavow Destiny
I
for
want
like
people to jerk
doxing.
off my Ethan Klein video. Thank you very much.
It's like now he's gonna like throw a hissy fit. He can't even explain the CRT filter.
By the way, I do wish that I could put this on a higher speed so that we could get through it faster. However, Perry is absolutely unable. Like, I cannot understand Perry at even 1.25 speed. Also, this guy looks really stupid right now. He is weakening himself. He has passed his weed limit.
Can't even explain the CRT filter, drawing a hissy fit because people are
Perry, you
questioning his
spent
life.
your whole time in here jerking off. How dare you fucking try to call anyone out for jerking off?
Do you guys want to hear how I do the CRT filter? Or...
Hell yeah.
Well, we did, but then you told us already. So
we're all invested.
Okay. Here. Let me open After Effects. I'll just break it down for you.
What graphics card do you have?
I have a 4070.
Okay, that makes sense.
My computer is not great.
I feel like if Perry understood narcissism psychologically, he could have turned this into, oh, you guys are, he's flying monkeys right now. You see, he loves this. He loves this. And it would have been absurd, but it would have been funnier. It would have been at least, I don't know. He gave up on that angle way too fast.
What do you mean? What do you mean it makes sense? Like, why does that make sense? That doesn't make any. What do you mean that makes sense?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fit in.
I deal with crash issues.
I mean, it makes sense insofar as it's a real graphics card, but there's no reason to believe.
The crash issues might be specific to Adobe. I tried to learn Adobe.
No, the crash issues are related to my BIOS and dealing with 6K footage. It's about I shoot on
well, maybe you know more about it than I.
I shoot on a Blackmagic 6K Pro, and the 6K Pro shoots in like a file format called BRAW.
And we all know, man. Yeah, Blackmagic RAW, and obviously it has a different proprietary format that you need to have the particular encoders. We all know this, man. Tell us how you did the VCR filter.
I'm showing you right now.
Yeah, but like you were going on a whole tangent. I'm saying the important part is the VCR filter. Show us.
It's right here. So I have a filter that I made that's just a vignetting effect, and then I put like a noising effect on that. So that's its own layer. So that's
the
called,
default filters. Now, what did you do to add to it?
Okay, Doug. So
Yeah,
I gotta
well,
turn
go
this
on.
one off. So here's one layer. This is the alpha channel with the computer and with the outside.
Yeah, we know what alpha
Then
is, but like, where's the filter? Show us the filter.
For posterity, I'm gonna listen to this whole conversation. I don't know. I don't think I've even watched past this point because it is very fucking boring. I don't know if he'll be able to beat the enrage timer. His DPS was, you know, it was good for a minute there. It was good for a minute there, but he didn't really take advantage of the environment.
Then there is the background. So there's like
That's
the,
not the
like,
VCR filter,
outdoors.
man. We saw your video. We know what it looks like. Show us like the VCR
Then
filter.
there's the video, and it's got a corner pin on it. See, and I corner pin it so that it looks like it's like in there.
At this point, if Perry would have remembered the premise of, geez, dude, you're such a fucking narcissist. You're trying to show me something, and you have to keep showing me your face. Or I think he's. Oh wait, no, Perry is. Oh wait, that's actually I'm very dumb. Perry is just only scrolling over it because he's watching his face. Never mind, actually. I realized that he has the live here.
And then I have. So this is an overlay that I created, and I put a composite mode on it, and then that creates.
So this is actually man, it's another fucking Perry L. You're not showing the actual content. You're showing this guy's stupid fucking face.
Kind of that like shifting effect. See?
Yes.
So then if I
like
go
flicker.
here, it looks like this. And you have to do a composite mode on that, and then you have to parent everything together. And then once you parent it all, then you can have the handles, and you're able to zoom in and out.
It is,
and
but like, what's the
everything moves
VCR part? Care about the VCR parts.
I just showed you, buddy.
The flicker is really cool. I like the flicker.
Yeah, so basically the breakdown of that's all a separate project, but the breakdown of that is what's it called? So
I don't know what it's called. Come on. Like
it's just like what
like
it
a
is
group.
is just like it's just like a bunch of PNGs, and then you put like a what's it called? It's like a displacement map on them.
Yeah. Do you use DaVinci Resolve to
I do
like
the
use
key.
your black camera, your black magic camera, right?
So I do all the like.
Thank you, Perry. This conversation that you got banned for recording that you intended on recording would have actually been at least somewhat decent for showing some people how to put filters on in DaVinci Resolve, but you didn't show that part.
I shoot on the green screen, and then
Which is like, that's a very minor gripe, but still, like, what the fuck? Just
do all the green screening.
So many missed opportunities, man. Was he EP?
DaVinci Resolve and all the D.
What are they debating? Nothing. Perry came in trying to debate that this guy is a narcissist. This guy used a very basic narcissist strat on Perry, and the general takeaway from this conversation is, one, that it's very boring. I consider it a Perry L because he got banned from a Discord server for it, and I don't know, he kind of looks stupid. He's posting his L's.
Noising in DaVinci Resolve, but then I do the edit in Premiere, and then I do the.
But it's a very boring conversation. They're debating like that he came to this server just to get glazed, but he's obviously discussing editing stuff. He's a big editing guy. So it's a very, very, like, narrow critique. And he didn't even build upon it in a, like, amusing way. Also, welcome in, Rum. Yeah, imagine trying to argue with a narcissist. Especially trying to argue, coming in hot, not really getting them to talk. Because that's the thing about a narcissist. Like, you can get them to talk, and then you can hold them on their previous opinions. If you believe that they're boasting about things, you can question things, but you have to come off as sincerely incredulous, not antagonist at all. They're gonna undermine you, they're gonna gaslight you, they're gonna treat you like you're crazy. This guy has basically done every single standard narcissist thing to Perry in this video. And Perry he didn't, you know, he's not moving any particular way with any sort of intelligence.
The like effects and After Effects, and then I have like a whole team of people who make me music.
Well, you really smoke inside. That's really gross.
I don't like that.
What?
Well, his
I
girlfriend
don't
told
like
him
that
to
you're
stop
smoking pot.
earlier,
It's
but
really
he told
gross.
her he wouldn't stop because he's upset. So, nothing you can do.
How old are you, Alex Novell?
29.
Just curious.
You're
Okay,
29.
Yeah.
You
I
look,
look like shit.
you look, yeah, you
Wait,
look
you're
like
20.
Who let it? Who? Okay. How did Perry summon a child? I did. Okay. How did Perry get that ability? How did Perry get the ability to summon a child?
29, man.
You're like a young
Jesus
soul. A young
Christ.
soul.
No, I don't
I
think you
always
should
looked
smoke
old
and
though. Like when I
smoke and
was
smoke.
young, I looked
fucked that up.
when I was like, you know, like 15, I looked like I was like 20. So just
Now, do you mean old or do you mean
Jew.
wise?
Jew.
Wait,
Do you
you're
have
saying
a
Jew.
media job? Or...
Oh, that's Alex Novell. He's a narcissist. I didn't think he was a narcissist. Okay, if there's any W in this video for Perry, it is that in analyzing it this autistically, I do kind of agree with him on the premise that Alex Novell is a narcissist, because he's at least very good at pushing back at criticism like a narcissist.
For YouTube, you have a lot of like expensive like media equipment, I guess.
Big
I just
fan,
invested
see
in
his
that.
video.
I just invested in that shit. But I worked for MTV. I worked for Now This. You know, Now This. They make like slop videos, like slop news.
Jewish guy.
Oh, that's
working
why
for
you're so
MTV.
upset.
Who would've guessed? Who would've
Reminds you
guessed?
of your past masters that fired you. No wonder you were so annoyed.
What?
Scared.
I can't fire you anymore, man. I can't fire you anymore.
What do you mean? Did the Maltese own MTV?
I'm not part of Now This, man. There's no need to be afraid of me. We can
The guy who
rebuild
the
the
guy who I
bridge.
hated at the guy who I hated at Now This.
The Now This? You hate the guy Now This?
The guy at Now This
Yeah,
who I
this guy
hated
hates
was
us full
British,
of hell.
not Maltese.
This guy hates us full of hell just because I dared say that he
Alright.
came in here
Perry's trying to beat the clock. He's got another combo in.
to get glazed, which he did.
Done.
How dare you?
I came in here because the
Hi,
VC
full
was
of hell.
popping.
See, it's like he came in here to like basically get interviewed and glazed about his EPSTEIN video, and then somebody dared, and then he was like bragging about how cool he is and how much he loves confrontation, and then as soon as someone confronted him, he started crying and throwing a bit of a hissy fit, like right now, like he's doing right now, and he's like looking away to his
Perry has not taken advantage of his good combo once again. Like, I feel like okay.
girlfriend, desperate for her to give him
He's taken too much time reestablishing the same premise.
like some warmth and affection, so
Instead of being like, oh, did she, like, what are you getting from her? Oh, is she like your servant? Oh, like I don't know, like, there's just, I don't know.
you can with
Obviously, like I said, I'm reviewing a troll. The point is that Perry is a troll. This guy is a content creator. I don't know how sincere he is in any of the things that he says he cares about or uses moralizing language about in his videos. Who cares? They're a content creator. You shouldn't trust anybody. Kill your heroes. But, like, I don't know.
stands this VC.
To pass me the J back.
You see what I mean? Like, he has to have a group smoke session with his underage girlfriends just to deal with this VC.
So, like, yeah, what I'm saying is all people on screen are actors. This is a performance.
At this point, I just think it's funny, dog.
I just think it's fun, like, hard to gauge what I think I'm saying. It's like pathetic, man. Like, he fell at the first question, full of hell. You should have seen it.
I think Parry's projecting. I think he's the insecure narcissist with a child bride.
I don't think he could even get a child bride. He doesn't have that kind of riz even.
It's very fun.
Another very dumb joke from Alex Novell that he laughs at himself over immediately.
Admit it's a child bride.
The problem with the way that Perry approached this boss fight is that Alex Novell is a DPS check. His constant use of weed allows him to regenerate health. If he can use his ads, if you don't focus down his ads so that you can actually do enough damage to him, he is going to keep regenerating health. And he does have a timer. Like, you can't just wait it out. You know, his ads aren't very strong. He has 2 women and some British guy. Like, it's not a very good team. But if you don't focus them down, you're not going to be able to beat him.
so you admit it's a child bride.
Yeah, it's a yeah, it's an SPS check. It's a snark per second check. And Perry has a very high rate of fire with his snark, so he should be able to beat him. This is just so many unforced errors, man.
Alex, if you were a pedophile, would you go after little boys or little girls?
I think if I was a pedophile, I would be Michael Jackson. Hee hee. But I would not go after the little boys or girls. I would just
It's a good one,
physically, I
man.
would.
No,
You wouldn't go after them.
Is that self-plagiarism? Is that like self-plagiarism when he like repeats the same jokes from like his video? Is that self? Is that like
you wouldn't go
not go after? I think if
guy's-
I was a pedophile,
And this guy is so fucking boring, like that I have a hard time paying attention to him.
Go.
I think if I was a pedophile, I would be Michael Jackson. Hee hee. But I would not go after the little boys or girls. I would just
It's a good one,
physically,
man.
I would.
No,
you wouldn't go after them.
Is that self-plagiarism?
Oh, okay, well, I don't know what the punchline of that joke was. The setup and delivery was kind of mid, but like 20 people just decided to talk at once, so I have no idea what the fuck this guy said.
Is that like self-plagiarism when he like repeats the same jokes from like his video? Is that self-plagiarism? You give yourself credit for that. You have to admit.
That might be self-plagiarism.
Self-plagiarism. Perry has come up with a creative, interesting point. I don't know if self-plagiarism, which is if you have published works, you republish the same works and try to pass them off as new publications. It's usually an academic term. He's decided to apply it here to jokes. It's an old dad. It's a bit of a dad behavior. It's very cringe. I recycle my jokes sometimes, but they usually just become bits. You kind of have like you adapt upon the bits, you know? Like every time that somebody says that they want to date me, I ask them where they were on 9/11. That's a joke that I can keep recycling because obviously every single person that I ask about it is going to be able to answer a different way. It also lets me know usually if they're too young for me.
You have to admit when you're like using the same joke you did before, man. Otherwise, it's self-plagiarism.
You have to admit when you repeat the same joke, dude.
Well,
you must live a horrible
from yourself.
existence.
I mean, if you just want to self-plagiarize, I guess that's okay.
Perry is out of mana. As you can tell by the sound of his voice, he is now EP, and he's not going to be able to beat this fight. Alex is won just by virtue of Perry not being able to make this entertaining content.
What
here on the Duckbringer stream, we do try.
Self-plagiarism.
This guy, like, you actually don't know?
Fighting hair.
Can you plagiarize off
I want you
yourself?
to do better than this, Parry. I know. I believe in you.
I don't know what you want. It's like a real thing. You know? This guy doesn't believe in self-plagiarism. That's like embarrassing.
This guy doesn't like your trolling kind of amounts to like this guy doesn't this. You folded when I asked you a question.
Folded? You
Like,
didn't ask me a
Come on,
question.
let's come up with some better troll.
You didn't ask me a
You're an
question.
origami crane right now.
Troll me
Okay,
for being
that's how.
Greek.
Holy fuck, origami mentioned. Why are so many people talking about origami lately?
Folded you are.
Something. Come on, like.
You didn't ask me a question.
No, I'm saying what you said to me.
Oh, you're saying that's... So your solution to me asking you a question is just to repeat it instead of answering it? That's
No,
kinda
I'm saying that like we need some better.
No, but earlier you were saying, this Parry guy, he doesn't even know how to engage. Well, because you didn't answer my question. And you were mad that I asked.
I don't know how to write question.
And now you're just like
It's not
refusing to engage.
Yes,
It's
he
not
knows
nice to
he
make
doesn't
fun of
need to do
people
anything
when their
else.
first
You are
language is
you are
Maltese.
not going to be able to produce enough snark with your low mana and your EP one, you know, with your EP zero mana voice, like.
I love trolling. And then like somebody asks you basic confrontational shit and you just like cry.
Strauss, he's felt it. He's Maltese. You're weird. You're shaking. You're crying. You're triggered. You're fucking European, man.
Can you speak some Maltese for us?
I won't even engage what I'm saying now. It's really sad.
And Alex, doing his victory lap, has decided to just switch to being kind of chill.
I don't think Maltese is a language.
It's not. Perry is an actor in
What?
an elaborate social experiment.
I knew a Maltese guy in high school, and he was really autistic and also didn't shower. So like
everybody I know from Malta who's on the internet is autistic. It's crazy that there's like the autism numbers in Malta are just through the roof, and there's not even that many people there.
I have a sample size of 1. Well, no, 2, because Perry also once had one of his friends on. I think it was also Maltese. He was a moderator. His friend was a moderator for this trans woman VTuber lady. So he's probably autistic, and Perry's autistic. So I have a sample size of 2, and they're definitely both autistic. So, I mean, maybe there's something here.
There's like no people there, and they all are on the spectrum because they're all like
from
cousins.
all the inbreeding, bro.
Yeah, they're all fucking cousins. How many cousins do you have?
Oh, my cousin married a girl from Malta.
My girlfriend's cousin married a girl from Malta. Is she autistic?
Maybe she.
I hear it's only the men there.
Well, but she's a stay.
Yeah, he hit the enrage timer. Perry's a little raped here. I also hate Alex Novell for putting the idea into my head that there's just an island full of Perrys out there somewhere. I'm so glad Malta's not a real place.
If the server like bans minors, is it still allowed for him to have his child bride here, guys? How does that work?
Yeah, I kind of feel uncomfortable.
I don't know.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell
Alex,
you.
look at side chat, Alex. Look what I sent you, Alex.
What in chat?
Yeah, side chat.
God, this
It's
guy.
awesome.
Look at the forehead on this fucking Neanderthal, man. If I didn't know, he was probably... Man, he's a narcissist. He looks like a fucking ogre. He has a drug problem. He spends too much time on the internet. I probably would have fell for this guy, but fortunately, I'm a smarter woman these days.
His eyes are glazing over, Mrao. I don't think your hopes are so high.
No, I'm not talking about Troff. Troff is an angel.
What were we?
Is this a clip from one of your videos?
Yeah, but
Wait, no, fuck. Wait, no. Am I messing up again? No. Troff has a admitted. At this point, if you have an admitted stimulant, if you have a pattern of stimulant use, I'm probably not interested in you just because I cannot be that high key anymore, and it's probably bad for me to be.
it doesn't exist anymore because I gave up on it.
It's dude, your edits are really solid. Like, you're really talented. You're doing this in After Effects, or you're doing it in Premiere?
I'm doing it in DaVinci Resolve.
Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard, dude.
I guess. I don't know.
Doing like motion.
Mrao is trying to at least get his share of loot from this encounter. He doesn't want to lose his gear. He doesn't want to come away he doesn't want to come away net negative, you know?
And effects and stuff in there. I just like, oof.
And Mrao is doing a good job here because he's realized, and honestly, Mrao could have made this. Mrao could have probably fucking soloed this halfway through when he pulled off that combo. He could have just started to leverage the fact that this guy really likes his videos against him. He could have been like, oh, that's cool, you know, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess, you know, I don't really care, you know, feel like, you know, I'm not looking for that.
I pirated Adobe and
no, nobody said gear. No, do less drugs, Troff.
And got annoyed with it, so I just used DaVinci.
I'm not gonna tell you to not do drugs, but you know, I don't even know how many drugs you do, but it would probably be better for you to do less.
Yeah, I don't know.
I convinced Adobe that I am a professor at NYU and that I will never pay for the non-student version.
That's awesome.
So I pay.
Yeah, in order to edit for the guy I edited for.
Mrao is keeping consistent DPS here. That's awesome. And then immediately switching the subject. He has no counter. Look at his face. His countenance. Fallen.
I had to use DaVinci. So in like a week, I learned to copy his editing like 1-to-1. And then I just transferred that skill to like everything else.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks. But no, like if you're a woman and you like desire more than 3 kids or something.
Perry is just sitting like, okay, when I said that the preamble was a bad sign of things to come in the beginning of this video, that Perry had to do a 2-minute preamble before getting into this conversation, it is because at the end of this, he is just defeated. He's sitting in his chair. He's probably gone to feed Tom. He is completely checked out. Morale is hoping for the next phase of the boss fight to start, like I said, so that he can at least get his participation trophy reward from this fight.
Dude, what are you doing to your child bride?
I don't think that Perry could have edited this into anything interesting. I think going over this in its entirety and trying to at least see where he could have improved is maybe the only way to make it like content that somebody would listen to in their entirety, as you all have, and I appreciate it, by the way. Thank you guys.
Whoa.
Why do you think he turned his camera off?
Hi.
Also, I'm sorry to hear about having asthma, Darius, but it's probably for the best.
All right, guys, I gotta get to work. It's been nice chatting with y'all.
Gonna go rape his child bride. Someone call the police. Fuck.
Hopefully by the time you're old, most drugs will be legal and they'll be a lot safer, and you know, they'll be able to cure your asthma as well, and when you actually need them, you'll be able to enjoy a bunch of drugs.
Take care, bro.
Peace out.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I just sometimes
Perry?
out of control.
Alright. Oh, Perry hates content so much.
What content?
We asked him a question, by the way. We asked him about his video.
I asked him earlier, and he got upset.
Somebody that hasn't really spoken up this entire time, that probably did actually just want to listen to Alex, and this entire time in the VC was taken up by Perry trying to make content. And, well, he got what he wanted. He's now banned from the JStock server. I don't know if he's going to be able to appeal that. And if he decides to record a VC conversation and make content out of it in the future, I hope he at least comes with an actual coherent strategy that's not just you want attention to the person who is necessarily getting attention because they produced a video that people want to watch or at least critique. So, like, yeah, it's just weak strat. He had some good allies there for a little bit, but he did not beat the enraged timer. And yeah, like Novell is just, he constantly heals himself. Like, you know, you need to pin him down. Maybe separate him from his drugs somehow. Maybe in a one-on-one. Something that I worry about with Perry, especially if he immediately comes in so hot to these conversations, is because I think that he's known to enough people now that people are going to start to write him off immediately in these conversations. And it's pretty easy to bob and weave when you know who he is. The way that Perry still manages to make content is that he catches people off guard. They don't know who he is. They maybe even believe that he's sincere. I was actually fucked up in my second conversation with him because I believed that he was sincere. And that's why I said the stupid things in my DM where I was like, oh, you know, I literally told him I was triggered by yelling. And the reason, he was able to farm that for content. But if you know who Perry is and you know to treat him like a bad faith troll, you know, he needs to adapt to new tech when people realize who he is. And I think that he needs to stop spamming this tactic because it's out there. People are going to know how to counter it, so he's not going to be able to use it for better comedic effect later. I like Perry most at his absurd. You know, I like when he's actually spinning a yarn. I like when he's just doing inane stuff and he can leverage his autism armor and his lack of scruples, you know, to make good content. He's able to do that. I'm not saying that he should stop being a troll. I'm not saying that he should reform and be this good faith person. Certainly not. Because he has an audience. But as I said earlier, a narcissist who gets a platform, who gets reinforced by people around them to do shitty things, there might be a lot of people in Perry's audience that find this a W, but for his long-term growth, I think that he needs to change up this strategy a little bit. Do some math homework on stream, maybe not as much as you did. The bits are fine, the MS Paint stuff is fun. A lot of people have kind of ripped that recently, so it's a little bit played out. But I don't know. You can find some new content. You don't always have to be a rage baiter. Don't fall into the Brittany Venti Empath Chan sort of trap. You're not Nick Fuentes. You don't have that high of charisma. but good effort. All right. Where are we looking? I don't know if he still has homework. I actually don't know if he's drugs are kind of based though. Dude, this has been an awesome stream. Zan and Saturday agree on something. Yeah, when he fights someone his own speed, he's back to a normal person. That as well. And usually a weed user should be at a disadvantage against parry because you can befuddle them very easily. You can, weed users don't have very high awareness. They can easily play into like self-debasing humor, but you can't come across as somebody that wants to get their goat. Well, you've learned a lot. Darius, you've learned a lot, and I don't know if you're better for it, but thank you so much for coming in. That's actually going to be the stream today. We streamed gaming earlier. This is like a 2-part stream in like 3 hours each. We did some politics. Oh, wait, no, wait. What's going on with the Epstein files? Let me check that real quick. Because I don't know, we might cover that tonight when that drops. Files, live updates. $34 minutes ago, Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General for the Friday morning, the Justice Department will release several 100,000 documents related to this investigation into Epstein. He told Fox News, Fox and Friends that the batch will include photographs and other material, but indicated that there will be some information that is redacted to protect Epstein and survivors. Hopefully only survivors and not every single collaborator of Epstein's. Yeah. Yeah, Trough. I think you and I should redo our co-stream that we had, because we had basically a struggle session over Perry the first time, which was basically fodder for Perry, especially with me at the time. I was losing hard against Perry. I was losing against a lot of people, but Perry in particular, because I was letting him fucking get to me. I was letting him get to me, and I shouldn't go on a stream and discuss the fact that I think you should just not engage with him, because he's gonna be able to farm that, especially 2 people like us that were talking, and you were talking about like interesting shenanigans and whatever. Like, you need to just not engage if you're gonna decide that he's that way, or you need to in some way make him look insane. But Perry is winning. Perry is winning. Unfortunately, he didn't win in this conversation, and I hope that he turns around this current streak of kind of meh. Hopefully he goes after less children's cancer charities. Hopefully he stops joking around about donating Bitcoin to Russia to spite Ukrainian Anna, which is what I hope is a joke, because it's actually illegal in his tiny little island state, at least, the fictional island state of Malta. But in spite of that, which is why I don't want to go on his stream, I do want him to keep making content. I just hope that it doesn't keep making him worse. Somebody said earlier, like the other day in a VC, that they're concerned that he was funnier before he started streaming. I didn't know Perry before he started streaming. I knew him, he had a lot less a lot less viewers. And yeah, I just feel like it was more about the fun of it all, and less about what he could leverage to get the most attention. And I don't want to accuse him of doing that now, but I just think there's something about your creative drive that's hampered by that. But I'm, that's a little bit of mind reading. But yeah, that's the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We might do it doesn't seem like the Epstein files are gonna, I don't see an update on it right now. We'll check back. I'll check back at 6. We'll probably do a stream tonight. My sleep schedule is pretty damn fucked up, but I'm gonna nap for a couple hours and then we'll check that out. We might do another stream. Thank you guys. Bye. Have a good day. Stay safe.